Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves.
Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv, and today we are going to look at this Spanish Galleon. It is a 1970, is it 72 or 74? Now I can't remember. Re-release of a kit that originally came out in about 1970. And it's very, very similar to the British man of war, the English man of war that we have already reviewed on the channel, but there are some differences. So we're going to take a look at those. So stick with us and let's take a look. Honestly, I didn't even know this kit existed. So it's been gone through, obviously. Here is your rigging information. And here are the destructions. I'll kind of take a brief look at these. Like I say, there's a few parts that are different, and we'll go over those in just a moment. There's your painting details. So very similar to the British man of war in the construction steps. Obviously, the painting's going to be different. Look here, we've got these shields. Now, they also came, the plastic parts came in the British man of war, but I don't remember decals for them. And here is putting on some of the rat lines, the masts. And we get to this part, and then we're off to the rigging page. So, okay, so let's take a look at it, and we'll go through what I can identify as differences in the kit. So, you know, the same as the English man of war with the two halves, and the sails on my copy, they're in very good shape. I think the ones on the English man of war, though, were a little bit thicker plastic, if I'm not mistaken. They sure seem to be. We got parts in the bag here. Okay, so here's the decals, and you can see these are really magnificent. Yes, I am going to build this as a Spanish galleon. Now, it's not any particular galleon. It's actually a little inaccurate for the time period of the late 17th century to mid 17th century, but it's a decent representation of a, quote, Spanish galleon. How's that? And these are not decals. These are actually paper that you have to cut out. That's okay. We'll be okay with that. And you still have the figures. Now these are, it says it's supposed to be 196 scale somewhere. I think the British man of war says that. It's actually closer to a 164, 165 scale. And that makes perfect sense if you put these up against the figures of the Constitution. They're huge. They're giants. And these are even a little bit larger than HO scale figures. So yeah, the 164 scale, that sounds about right. And you can see these guys here are right for this time period. So the same sides, except on the British man of war, there's like a little flower and a fleur-de-lis and a couple other little things in here where those are absent on this particular kit. Ah! We got a little bit of wind out here. Hey, this is one of those golden opportunity kits or whatever it is. The Model Master Modelers Club. I remember being a part of that as a kid. I wonder if I signed up and sent this in, how that would work. So yeah, this is the 1974 remaster, reboxing of this kit. Okay, let's take a look at this first because it's off and it's free. So this area here is definitely different than on the Man of War. This has an eagle where the other one was a lion, and some areas here, decorations here that aren't on this one. But you can see parts of the mast, rudder, the cannons, the anchors, all of that appears to be pretty much the same. Now my kit has some warpage. I can see how badly warped this is. Yeah, that's bad. It's a problem with some of these older kits is sometimes you get into those kind of problems. Molded in definitely a different color than the Man of War was. But let's look at some of the differences here. For one, so the Man of War came with a Bonaventure mast, which is it's in the very back and back here, and this kit does not have that. So this kit has 3 masts instead of 4, but this locator for the mizzen mast, well, if we look here, there's, yeah, it's absent. So the mizzen mast actually goes in here on this kit, and it doesn't go all the way through to this level. So this needs to be filled on this particular kit because, again, it only has 3 masts. It doesn't have the Bonaventure mast. So that's one of the main differences. And you can see some of the little decorations here are a little bit different. Okay, this is way different than on the British ship, and rightly so, because it's Spanish. So, yes, there are some subtle differences. Which make it kind of interesting. Here's our rat lines. Here is our one of the mast platforms, and then the the twine, the rope, whatever you want to call it, for all the rigging and for the anchors, the anchor rope. So, but that's it. I mean, there's not a lot of parts to it. Again, these are a lot of rigging. Yeah, definitely this plastic's tweaked. You can see that bend. So yeah, a little bit of differences between this and the Man of War. And right here it says that it's a Spanish Galleon. You know, these things were a pretty economical ship, and you know why that is? Well, because they got usually about 800,000 miles to the galleon. Sorry. Bad joke, but I've been waiting to do that. So anyway, I am looking forward to getting this one built. We're gonna make it into something beautiful, I hope. Those decals are gonna help, and I may even rig this one eventually. I'll definitely be putting sails on this one. Whether it's these sails or the ones from the Man of War that I didn't use, I'm not sure. So Anyway, kit number, there's a kit number on here somewhere. Maybe it's on the end. Kit number H400. So for 18 to adult, and Majestic Ship of an Empire. All right, folks. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some of the box art. Pretty darn cool. Okay, well, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon.